you doing? What's going on? Suddenly it's humid. I need to have that open a little bit. I'll wait for a few moments for you to arrive. How you doing? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Sorry I'm so late. It wasn't working. It's working now. I was on StreamYard. StreamYard doesn't like me all of a sudden. Just when I think I have a good idea that will work. Ain't that the breaks? Hello, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. See, I wanted to use StreamYard because my letters aren't backwards on StreamYard, but it wouldn't work. I'll give you guys all a chance to show up, and we'll reboot. We'll reboot the show. How you doing? What's new? I think we need a lot of lightness tonight. I really think we need a lot of light vibrations tonight. What do you think? Light. If Thomas shows up, we'll do a lot of dad jokes. Is that a good idea? Keep it light. Sharon's back. I'm back too. I don't know what was up with StreamYard. I thought I would enjoy using it, and then it didn't like me all of a sudden. If you don't know what StreamYard is, it's another way to go live on YouTube. Good idea? Yeah, we need to keep our vibration high because it's too easy to fall into the pit, right? I mean, one thing is for sure. Dumpy acts exactly like Putin. It's like he went to the college of Putin. Everything. Do you remember when Putin invaded Ukraine? There was this moment of, I know there was some kind of a conference. It was, I don't know if it was the UN or what, but the night that Putin invaded Ukraine, there was this like fury amongst the world leaders. Like, they were so angry that Putin would even think of invading Ukraine. And it was the same kind of energy, just bombastic, just like, wow. But the difference is Putin had a lot more backing, and even though you might think, oh, there's so many MAGAs out there in Congress, it's not the same. It's not as established. That's when Dumpy said he was a genius. Yeah, I just remember the night before. It was the night of, because Putin attacked Ukraine at night, February 22nd, I think it was. I remember I was sitting in the kitchen where I lived, and my housemate was there, and I'm watching it, and I was like, oh my God, this is like I was falling apart. I couldn't believe that Putin was doing that. And so this just feels like it's straight out of the same playbook. The pendulum keeps giving me the runaround in terms of whether he's actually going to call for a strike on Iran on their nuke. They don't even know if there are nukes. It's deja vu all over again. It's bad. You know, when you've lived a little and you've watched the history of this nation, it's like, come on. It's like 5 steps forward, 10 steps back, you know. We'll get there. We'll get there. I don't expect a lot of people tonight in the room because it's Wednesday. And then I have the technological glitches. So there might just be 100 of us, and I might cut it short. So we can all just go, like, relax somewhere. The news, it's definitely gotten to a point where we all need to take a break. So if we don't get up to 100 people, we might do something completely different. We have to keep our perspective. So let's just kind of call in the light. Let's do that together. Let's just call in the light. Right? You can do this like a prayer, or however you feel like you want to do it. So let's just call in the light. Let's imagine that we are beings of light. Well, we don't have to imagine that. We are beings of light. Oh, Barbara's here. Hi. So let's just be cognizant of that we're light beings. That's what we are. We're light beings. And let's just tap into the consciousness that we are way more powerful than we even know, because we are light beings. Yeah. We are. We are light beings. We're filled with light. And when we really know that and we really think about it, we can kind of direct that light to go different places. We do that on Thursday nights in our guided meditation. So let's just imagine that we're sending our light, our consciousness of being this light, to the Pentagon. And it is chipping away at all the damage that they're intending to do out of their just complete idiocy. And because as we speak, they're having some kind of a meeting about whether to bomb Iran. And let's just know in our consciousness, this doesn't have to happen. Let's know in our consciousness that enough of us just deciding this isn't going to happen has some power. It can even have the power of making it not happen. It can have the power of making it like just something that doesn't really have any effect on anything. But let's just send our light to Washington. And let's make that light a buffering light. It's buffering all the evil intent and all the idiotic intent of this regime. So all their plans to stir up a war are rendered ineffective. Where our light is weakening what they're intending to do. All right, so think about that. Think about that tonight. Oh, we have a dad joke. I don't think I'm a narcissist because I know what all the chicks are saying about me. Cheap, cheap. You made it. Those of you who are just showing up, I apologize for, I was on at 7, but I was on StreamYard and it was not connecting at all. So, and I tried it twice, so that's why we're kind of late, and we're not in Iran as like, we're not like on the battlefield in Iran. Come on, you guys, like let's try to, reel it in. All right, let me just brief you, because it seems like people don't know what's going on, some people. Dumpy has been threatening to bomb the nuclear facilities that he doesn't even know if they exist. Can you say weapons of mass destruction? That's why I said it feels like deja vu all over again. Except it's different. But anyway, because Dumpy and BB are friends, we should have the Dumpy and BB and the Pootie Puppet Show. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, why don't anteaters get sick? Because they're full of antibodies. I like it. Thomas is coming in heavy with the dad jokes. It's good. So, because BB needs to be all like in war, taking advantage of the horrible attack on October 7th, 2023. Now he wants Dumpy to help him to attack Iran because of Iran attacked Israel. And Dumpy's just like, he needs to be the big guy. You know, he needs to look like the strong man because he's a dictator, wannabe. And so he is needing a distraction from all this BS that's happening for him. He's looking like a total asshole. Excuse my French. Because he had that flop of a military parade. And now he's mad at Hegseth. God, who knows what they're talking about right now. And so Bibi's pressuring Dumpy to help him by bombing Iran, the nuclear facilities in Iran. But as far as we know, Iran doesn't have nuclear facilities. Obama helped to put together the Iran nuclear deal, which meant that they would stop working on developing nuclear weapons. It's a mess. It's a big mess. I don't blame you if you're lost. We're needing to move human civilization into a place of that we need these doofuses out of the way so we can just live our lives. Zircon's glad that Damon made it here tonight. Damon's so popular. So, Dumpy needs a distraction. Dumpy is running out of money to fund ICE. ICE isn't really ICE. ICE is a bunch of thugs that have no compassion or empathy whatsoever. So he needs a distraction from the ICE thing. He needs a distraction from that Gavin Newsom is really ripping him to shreds in so many ways in terms of like calling him out. Dumpy needs a distraction from how badly things are going. Dumpy needs a distraction from how idiotic he's looking on the world stage. Dumpy needs a distraction from that he left the G7. He's mad at Jerome Powell. So we're in this time where it's like, I mean, how long are you going to do the Dumpy jig? He's doing the Dumpy jig. He's just doing all his old plays. And then apparently, I don't know why the Italian soccer team was in the White House. I don't know what was going on there. I just saw it quickly. And he's there and he's talking about, women in trans sports. And then he says to the team members, well, you know, you're here legally, right? And it's just totally freaking off the freaking wall. He needs a distraction. All of it was cringe. And I mentioned earlier, did you like my little video, almost in the ocean? And then when it's really summer, I'll go in the ocean and do a video. We'll see. But I was talking about that. I was talking about how he was wandering around the White House lawn again today, like an elderly person that is compromised, mentally compromised. And he's wandering around and all this is going on, and what's his main concern this afternoon this morning was he needs 2 100-foot pole flags, right? Now I'm telling you, somebody's saying Italians hate bad leaders, yeah, like Mussolini. You know that those construction guys were trying not to bust out laughing because he kept talking about how long the poles were. And, you know, I mean, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. Let's read on what's going on with Pete Hegseth. Thank you for being here tonight. As I said, we will not have a big group tonight. Some people prefer somebody else's show over mine. What I put up with, I'm telling you. So that, so they were, people were like, oh, you should change your time. No, I'm not changing my time. I might not do Wednesday night videos. I'll keep you posted on that. If things don't build, I'm going to have to go do something else. He can stick the flagpoles where the sun doesn't shine. I like it. So we're going to pull 3. Yeah, he stole the election, and we know that. And he's still going on about Kamala and on 60 Minutes. It's off the freaking wall. Hegseth, thank you for hitting the thumbs up while you're here. Taco has poll envy. Sigmund Freud would have a field day with Taco. I think you're right, Darren. Hegseth. Oh boy. I wouldn't want to be him right now. He is the worst. Have you seen Hegseth in these hearings? Oh my god, it's a good thing I'm not in the room because I would deck him. I would have to go after him. I would have to just knock him down. I mean, that's, oh my gosh. Berlusconi was just like Trump. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, you're so sweet. You watch me and then you go to Hogarth's channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, is it just me? Yes, Slotkin and Duckworth, yeah, they are going at him. He will not answer the questions. So what he will not, and it's getting old, everybody. It's getting really freaking old. Nobody treats me like that. Nobody treats you like that. Thank you all for saying that you watch me first on Wednesdays. It's making me feel better. Hegseth, the truth is actually, I mean he can kind of scapegoat or dance around the question all he wants, but his omission of the truth makes the truth be revealed in a certain way. The 5 of Swords, very challenging time for Hegseth. 10 of Swords, he is being hammered, and he might be hammered too. But you'd hope that he's not, because right now, apparently, they're talking about whether to strike Iran. It's a Juventus football club in town for the Football Club World Cup. Football Club World Cup. Thank you for the info. Biggie moved die on your time slot. What? Who's Biggie? Who's Biggie? Sharon? Okay, so Hegseth there's lots of swords. There's a sword of truth, and then there's lots of swords. Yeah, this lying is not doing him any service. It's not helping him at all, this lying. I know you have many choices of psychics to watch on YouTube, and I'm grateful that you picked me. Ticket sales are down for the World Cup. You know what I was thinking today? I was thinking of, we have a schooner festival, and I've shown you many pictures of it and live videos every Labor Day weekend here, and it's almost always a beautiful weekend. The Italian soccer team is hot. I did see them kind of from far away. I'll check it out, Damon. I'll look closer. It was on my phone. In September we have a schooner festival, and the Canadians come down for the schooner festival on their boats, and for the race, the Mayor's Cup race, and so it's like, the Canadians, we're friends. We have to stop this crap. The Italians, we're friends. I mean, next week. I mean, right outside my window here, there's a big Sicilian festival next week. I don't know. We can all get along. It's them that are in the way. Iran will do what they want. They think Dumpy is a nutcase. Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know what I'm going to read on right now? Iran has a booty on on his head. Do you guys remember that? Wouldn't it be crazy if he sent ice to the World Cup? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm getting ready to talk to the mayor in my city here about this Sicilian American festival that they're gonna have. They have every year. I'll go talk to him tomorrow to make sure that we have law enforcement knowing what to do if ICE shows up. Yes, you'll be going with me to the festival like last year. I will show you everything. And this weekend, we're just kind of hanging out tonight. We're trying not to get into anything too heavy. So this is what's going on this weekend. I'm sorry, I know the letters are backwards. That's why I was trying to use StreamYard earlier. But it says Bunker Hill 250th anniversary. And you can go out on a boat if you want to go watch the reenactment of the Battle of Bunker Hill. The 250th anniversary reenactment of the Battle of Bunker Hill aims to accurately portray the events and faithfully represent the people involved in the conflict of June 17th, 1775, 250 years ago yesterday. Although Bunker Hill was the tallest hill on Charlestown Peninsula in Boston, Breed's Hill was closer to the coast, so the colonists set up their defenses there. The British landed on the beach and fought their way up a grassy slope to attack the top of Breed's Hill. The Charlestown Peninsula is now fully developed, so organizers of Bunker Hill 250 moved the reenactment to Gloucester's Stage 4 Park, whose beaches and grassy landscape closely resemble Breed's and Bunker Hill in 1775. And that's the spot that I do live, not live, but I do videos for you all from there. PNNs. Okay. Baltimore has the tall ships. Yeah, it's amazing. And people come from everywhere. Dumpy just has to ruin everything. We can't have nice things. ICE will be very confused at a Sicilian festival. How will they know who to profile? I'm going to read on something momentarily, but I just want to tell you that you guys might remember, because you guys have been with me for a while, that last year I was so furious, I was rageful about the photobomb of the Trump flag that was out there on the water, photobombing the sporting events. And I wrote a letter to the paper, and I said, Project 2025, our immigrants are rolling over in their graves, blah, 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 blah. And I got reamed for that. Oh my God. People were attacking me in the newspaper. Remember that? You guys, we've been friends for a while. And I'm like, don't doubt the psychic, all right? Okay, so I am going to pull 3 cards about... I just want to tell you something about Dumpy planning to attack Iran. That I picked up that this would end him. And I don't think I said it here, but I might have said it here, but I said it to Kathy Beal when she texted me. Because when there's something really tense going on, we usually text each other. There's been a ton of anxiety this week, a ton. So I feel like this would be the last straw. And in the sense that, I mean, I know January 6th, 2021 wasn't the last straw, and it should have been, and that's still incomprehensible in my mind that we are where we are, which is why we have to keep it light tonight, because enough is enough. And I am aware that 2 soldiers died in the Middle East, but I'm just not going to be thinking about that right now. So, Dumpy, 5 of Cups, the Fool, 8 of Cups. Okay, this is Dumpy. He will do something that he regrets royally. So I would say he's going to go ahead and call for a strike on the nuclear facilities, the so-called the weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, I heard that about Tucker Carlson talking to Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz, But you know these people are clueless. You know, Trump thinks that there were airplanes in the Revolutionary War and airports. I don't expect that Cruz knows anything about anything. We need to revamp this country. We need to rebuild it from the bottom up. So the Israelis can have nukes and Iran can't. Yeah, so there's a whole lot of world politics behind that. Yeah, I like your read Maria's vision. The fool. So I'm asking about this decision. I do think he'll make some kind of a demand to strike. Now, he's supposed to not do this. He's supposed to go through Congress. Oh, thank you for saying you watch me first on Wednesdays. Maybe I will stick with the Wednesdays. I've been on the fence. Yeah, the fool. These cards, in case you're wondering, these are, I got these at the store that I work at in Salem. I thought they were cute. The Deviant Moon Tarot. Yeah, it looks like he will, but the Eight of Cups is, boy, is he going to regret it. Boy, is he going to catch holy hell. I think this will end him. I know, that's why I keep saying weapons of mass destruction. It's giving you George W. flashbacks. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. We need 200 thumbs up, but we only have 170 people here, so you know the math doesn't really math, but we'll get there, I think. Let's pray he doesn't. We can't afford that. We can't afford anything that he's doing. They're attempting to put us like into like, well, just understand. Just understand. And if you want to go back to my Substack, and I did write another one this morning, I have a Substack article that's entitled, I've told you about it before. Please subscribe to it. It's under Annette's Substack. Dear Trump, destroy America, love Putin. That's why Putin helped him to get in. Again. Yeah, Mary, I agree with you. You feel this war will be their complete downfall. I agree with you. They have pissed off almost the entire populace of the United States of America. And that's true. Dad joke, I wrote a book on reverse psychology. Don't read it. Okay, let's pull 3 cards about somebody else who's awful. Now, I mentioned earlier that Christi Noem was rushed to the hospital, and they're saying that she had an allergic reaction. Yeah, that's a little vague. An allergic reaction to what? Did she have an allergic reaction? Is that what happened? No. I meant bounty, yes. Yes, I meant bounty. Booty. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking of Pirate's Booty. There's a cheese curl called Pirate's Booty. That's where I was getting that. I don't feel she reacted to her bullshit. Damon said she's overdosed. What I'm picking up on is that it wasn't another. I mean, they didn't say what it was an allergic reaction to. They didn't say, oh, she got stung by a bee and she's allergic to bees. They didn't say. You can say you had an allergic reaction to anything to get out of anything, right? How many times have people gotten out of a meeting they don't want to go to or work because they're like, oh, I ate something, I got food poisoning, right? Botox? No, she wouldn't have gotten rushed to the hospital. Was she had a panic attack? Was it a panic attack? I get that it was a panic attack. She's like 53, I did look it up, because I was looking at, she was at a biohazard lab with RFK. Good one. Really strong. Anxiety attack. And earlier, when I was by the ocean, if you saw that video, I really did think a big giant wave was going to come and sweep me away. But it wasn't that close, but the waves are really big there. But when I was out there on the rocks and I read on Christi Noem and what was going on with her, I got the jail card. I'm getting it was an anxiety attack. No, I'm getting an anxiety attack. I got the jail cell and I got the black hole, and I'll have to go back and see what the third card was. Is it hitting her that she's in way over her head? Yeah, she's in big trouble. And I did see, because I looked up to see if she had resigned, because somebody said that in one of the comments. And I didn't see that, but I saw that she's 53. And I saw pictures of her before all that Botox or whatever the hell she did. Yeah, just like Kimberly Gargoyle, you know, they were pretty before they got all that work done. The dog and goat are haunting her. Well, let me ask this. Is it that, because I'm picking up that it definitely is anxiety. I'm just talking about the reason she got rushed to the hospital. A lot of people get rushed to the hospital because they really think they're having a heart attack. And then they get there and the doctor's like, oh, you just need to, you know, calm down. All MAGA women look the same, that's for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. She's realizing she's in big trouble. So I'm wondering who said something to her. And it would be consistent with what I've read on her all along. With she's committed international crimes. We were talking about the Geneva Convention. Oh yeah, thank you, Rose. It was the jail card, the whole card, and the angst teenager. Yeah. Yeah. Is it time for her dark night of the soul? That would be more, that would be in a few more years, like in 5 more years. Okay, well, that's an interesting statement, Dancing Warrior. You don't believe Noem is the only one from the admin who's starting to freak out? Yes, the photos in El Salvador. Okay. I also picked up on Stephen Miller freaking out. They're in trouble, and I've always said about these deportations that I see some kind of an international crime, like I think the ICC is going to do something. My mom asked me why I never put my dress clothes into the laundry basket. I told her it hampers my style. That's a good one. So let's look. Yeah, ICC. I think the ICC. Let's ask that. Is she getting word that the ICC is investigating her? Wow. I did get the jail card. Now I don't get that this is going to happen right away, but I feel like it's going to be like a slow boil. You know, a pot of water boiling, starting on low. Yeah, so that's even worse because she doesn't know what's going to happen. All right, is it the ICC? Not just the International Criminal. Is it the International Criminal Court? Well, I do get a yes on that. Frog in a pot. Yes. I don't like that analogy. The poor frog. I guess it goes to sleep like a lobster. Well, I don't know if lobsters go to sleep. That's what my mom would tell me when she made lobsters, when she cooked lobsters. The Hague, it made me feel better about the lobster. Anyway, is it? Yeah, the Hague, and that's the International Criminal Court, right? No, they don't. Oh, let's not get into the lobsters. I shouldn't have mentioned it. Let's see. Let's pull 3 cards. Don't ruin my lobsters. 3 cards about what's going to happen. 3 of these cards about what's going to happen to Dumpy. You know, just thinking that he's going to, knowing his nature, his malignant narcissism, Dumpy, I really can't imagine. And after the humiliations that he's suffering a lot of humiliation. Lobsters on the beach. He's suffering the ultimate humiliations again and again. So I can't imagine in his malignant narcissism that he wouldn't do something. Remember, he was going to go on the revenge tour. First it was the revenge tour, and then it was a retaliation tour. Can you believe anybody voted for this guy? It still boggles my brain. It does. That's why we get together, so we can have boggled brains together. It's better to be with one another. So I'm going to pick 3 cards about where his head is right now. No one voted for him, and he didn't win. He didn't win. And he's done nothing but destroy everything. It was stolen, yeah. No, but I'm just saying, some people actually voted for him. Some people did. You know, the ones that had the Trump flags flying. I'm just saying that some people did vote for him. So what, what Dumpy is going through right now? He's in the desert. Well, he's thinking about Iran. There's a lot of desert there. He's trying to, oh, interesting. He's trying to open a door for Putin. And he thinks that it's going to lead to somewhere over the rainbow, but it isn't. This is Dumpy. He thinks it's going to open a door for him, or the plot thickens, to bomb Iran. Okay, no one has ever won all swing states, and I heard in a very blue district, I don't know where it was, put it up there if you know, Kamala Harris, in a very blue district, they tallied 0 votes. Putin doesn't want Iran attacked, though. They're his allies. There's something going on there, though. I think, well, see, the plan is not to bomb the population. It's to bomb, well, thus far. The plan is to attack the armaments facilities. But there's something in it for Putin if Trump does this. Oh, he passed 202 in the room, so if you all hit the thumbs up, we'll do a group hug. But first, a dad joke. Before I married her, I took my wife on 8 dates, and on the 9th, we went to the cinema. Our dates were dinner, Batman. If you're just kind of joining us, like if you just showed up halfway through, I just decided we're going to have a light show. So if you have dad jokes, you can put them up there too. Oh, I was actually, okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards about Putin. All right, let's see. Putin wants the punch to Iran. Because he wants, oh yeah, here it is. It's all here. I love these cards. Thanks for sending them, Jennifer. I don't know if you're here in the chat. Some people are lurkers. What's in it for Putin? Strength, strongman, power, I-bomb facility, Putin wanted to sell their natural gas to Iran as Israel destroyed their facility. He's trying to steal something, and he's trying to do it in one fell swoop, one deluge. This is Putin. This is what he wants. The thief card is coming up. Yeah, I think it's the end of Dumpy if he does this. You went to your first county Democratic Committee meeting? Well, good for you, Barbara. We are proud of you. That is a very good excuse for being late. You can be late if you want. It's a free country. Oh, happy Juneteenth. That's right. That's tomorrow. Okay. I was going to ask something about Putin. Okay, is Dumpy close to being removed from office? I guess I have to kind of qualify that. Okay. If Dumpy calls for strike to Iran, is his position in jeopardy? Yes. If he calls for the United States to strike Iran, his position is in jeopardy. The MAGAs are turning on him. Remember I said that was going to happen? Maybe you said it too? Okay. Let's just ask this, because they're currently in a meeting, right? Oh, you took your granddaughter to the Lincoln Memorial on the first Juneteenth? That's great. Juneteenth is a national holiday. Guess I won't be going to the post office tomorrow. Last year I forgot. Yeah, right? So, yeah, the MAGAs are going to turn on him. Will he strike? Yes, he's going to strike Iran. He's planning to. I wasn't getting until now, really. But they're in a meeting now as we speak, deciding, whether to go ahead with it. Oh, gosh. Keg's breath. I mean, it's like a bad movie, isn't it? It's like a really bad movie that won't end. It's been a whole decade. I've known some of you for a whole decade. Things have changed, People have had babies and got married, and, I moved, and just all kinds of things have happened. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Thomas, you're doing a great job tonight, keeping the energy up. Well, Rita's saying, what about Congress is supposed to approve it? Well, he's not going by the rules. Right now, is Dumpy getting his way? And as we speak in real time, is he getting his way about the strike? No. I don't know how he's gonna do it anyway, because he's not getting the okay. And Congress is supposed to give the okay. Is he gonna go through Congress? No. Weird. Who is gonna allow him to do such a thing, to strike Iran? Is it okay? Because it's not Congress. Yeah, all of them were talking about attacking Iran. Well, let's stick with what's going on right now. Is he just gonna tell someone to do it? Like, I don't know if Hegseth makes that call. Let's ask the pendulum. I wouldn't think that he could single-handedly. It's a military police action. He's gonna do something. Could Jack Smith at The Hague interfere? Gosh. We might not get there tonight because it's many layers deep. So let's go to the Llewellyn deck. I haven't used this deck in a while, and it's kind of summary. It's kind of pretty. He can order it, but that doesn't mean the military will follow that order. I think the military has about had it with him. I think, I'm wondering. I mean, they just lost 2 of their own. I'm asking the pendulum. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of irrelevant what the laws are because he just breaks all the laws anyway. Will they go ahead with it? I'm getting a yes. The Trump phone. Yeah, he's winging it. Let's ask, before I go to these cards, let's ask about our military. Or maybe I can use those cards. I'll use these. I'll use the cards because I'm going to read on our military. Okay. I'm telling you that the temperature here went up by about 40 degrees in 5 hours. It went up. So weird. Okay, our military. I'm going to pull 3 cards about our military, you know, in this conundrum. They're done with him. The military is just, they're just so sick of him. They're kind of, I feel like our military, I feel like there are people in our military, high-ranking positions, that are just, they're just done with this. They're just done with this. And they are making plans to move on from Dumpy. But just as far as what our military is doing, they really know how, they know everything about Dumpy. They really do. They know everything about Dumpy. Well, they can't just go in there and I mean, there are steps that they would have to take. Mutiny? It's mutiny. You know, weather radio said excessive heat index is next week. I know, I heard that today. It was like, wow, big drastic switch. But as far as our military, new vision and success, eventually they're just, I don't know how they're going to get rid of him, but they're going to get rid of him. Let's ask this. I'm just going to throw it out there. Iran has a bounty, not a booty. A bounty on his head. All right. I'm just going to throw it out there. And we'll do a group hug because, you know, I came on late because I have tech issues, and we'll do a group hug even if we don't get to 200 thumbs up. Can the military disobey orders? There's more to it. In extenuating circumstances where lives are really at risk, can the military disobey orders? Yes. Yes. Let's ask this. Does Dumpy have advanced dementia at the present time? I have a yes. Advanced stage of dementia at the present time. You know, what happens when somebody has dementia is they have no memory. Has anyone seen signs that he can't remember things? All I'm referring to, Dancing Warrior, is that we know that Iran several months ago they have a plan to assassinate him. Yeah, and I'm picking up that in an extenuating, like the military has to obey orders of the commander-in-chief, but in extenuating circumstances where many, many lives are at risk, for instance, they don't. He falls asleep all the time. Have you seen signs that he's got no short-term memory? I guess it might be hard to tell that. He does keep using the same phrases over and over. And if you saw him during the flagpole debacle today, he had a hat on, a white hat that said "Make America Great Again." Maybe that's his hat maybe that's his God hat. All pure white. But if you watch that of him, it looks like looks like he's been drinking. And his eyes are like this. I don't know what time of day it was. It might have been this morning. He's bumping into walls. Was he on something today? The purity hat. Yes, I pick up that he was on something. He really looked inebriated. Right? Did you see it? It was pathetic. Well, let's ask this. Was he taking was he taking pills that would make him behave that way? He was taking pills that make him behave that way. I'm picking up that it was like Ativan or something, Ambien, something to make him sleep, and he was still kind of asleep. Yeah. All right, let's ask this. Has he been drinking? Has he been drinking alcohol? No, he hasn't been drinking alcohol. It's pills. Yeah, his father had Alzheimer's pretty bad. And what the Trump family did with Fred Trump, his father, I'm sure you've heard this, was he had Alzheimer's really bad, and he was alive with it for several years. And they would bring him papers to make him like feel like he was at work, and they tell him, "Oh, sign these papers, right? We're almost there." Damon's saying he's on opioids. Is he on opioids? Is he on opioids? I don't get a yes on that. Okay. What else should we ask about? There's so many things. Let's ask about Gavin Newsom. We'll use our Llewellyn cards for these. Yogi Bear's just showing up. He's like Dumpy is deteriorating. We could have a show called Deteriorating Dumpy. We kind of do have that, right? He's deteriorating. Can't say that. Deteriorating quickly. Yes, he's incapable of really putting a complete sentence together. All those things he used to accuse Joe Biden of. I'm going to pull 3 cards on Gavin Newsom. The Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth emerges victorious. The King of Pentacles. I'm reading on Gavin Newsom. The 6 of Cups. The sense of family and bringing this nation and the democracy together is what rules over Gavin Newsom. Yeah. The fruitcake is out of his brain again. That's for sure. And it will just get worse. People with catheters are at high risk for infections. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Let's ask this. Just curious. Is he on meds for an infection? Yes, he is. That's really easy to see. I can imagine that. Let's pull 3 cards about the immigrant situation. Let's ask about the National Guard getting out of LA. They need to go. Sadhguru's in LA right now. That brings me comfort. Doing a program there. You want to know what Newsom's astrology is? Kathy Beale, we talked about that the other day on Monday, and also Kathy Beale and her friend Louise did a show last week, and they went over Newsom's chart. But you gotta queue up to the 30-minute mark. I think it should be on Kathy Beale's channel, Professional Aquarian. But they went over Gavin Newsom's chart, and what they saw was that he's a true leader. That he has the capability, he has the capacity to lead us through this. You know what? So I'm reading on the National Guard and all that, and our military does not want to be there. I mean, there's like thousands and thousands of military troops being sent to LA, and all that manpower, all that money being wasted. People are pissed because there are people like walking in parades down the street. And Hegseth won't say how much money is being wasted, right? So here's about the military. The strength card is coming up, the Queen of Pentacles. I wouldn't be surprised if Kamala made a strong statement. Yeah, they're bored. They're not only are they bored, they must be sweating their butts off. It's not like, I mean, it's not winter in LA. And this is the Devil card. So I'm asking about the military being in LA. Are they going to be removed? And I have the Strength card and the Queen of Pentacles, the strength of the peace of the movement. And I have the Devil card, which means I'm feeling like there's some bad actors that are it's being suggested to them that they start something. I don't know if that would be the military. Are the military being provoked to start something? Is somebody telling them to start something? No. Okay, well that's good. So it's probably some bad actors. All right. Unbelievable how hot it got in here. Wow. Yeah, I'm not picking up that it's members of our military that would be instigators. And it brings me comfort that Sadhguru was in. I'm pretty sure they didn't cancel it or anything, as far as I know. It was on the schedule that he's there, because that's big peaceful vibe. So, let's read some tea leaves. I almost forgot, and then we'll do a group hug, and then I'll pull 3 cards for the collective, and then I'll beg you to get a reading. I'll beg you to get a reading, because, you need a reading, right? And if you are a member, and it's not too late to be a member, it's never too late to be a member, hit the join button and choose at which level you'd like to pay me monthly for doing all this work. You have access to all the classes that I'm teaching. It's under videos, members only, and on Saturday we're going to have our psychic party 1 week early because it is the summer solstice. You might want to join. I might be outside for that. Okay, so let's read the tea leaves, but first a dad joke. Have you heard the one about the snail with the race car? He painted an S on the hood, and everyone would say, "Look at that S car go!" I knew that joke in 3rd grade. Good one. Okay, let's see what we have. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. We will do a group hug, because we just had complications tonight. We didn't get to 200 thumbs up. Here we have on the bottom, I think I have a fennel fern in here. That's not a tea leaf. Okay. We have, all kinds of activity. Venus, that looks like a person praying. That reminds me of Mother Mary praying. And then there's an S next to the sun, which I would say that's kind of like the sun shining on the snake. You know, Dumpy the snake? He's a snake. That's why he loves that snake poem. You always knew I was a snake before you let me in. That's a poem he loves. They didn't get it. The Magas didn't get it. They voted for him. Okay, so I see that looks like an animal. That looks like, oh my goodness, hang on a second. I'm getting this sense of somebody working with a tool. I've been getting that lately. Somebody working with a tool to fix things. And then I have this looks like a drone. These look like drones. I think we're gonna hear about drone strikes. That's probably how the strike would happen, if it happens. And these are birds. These are like messenger birds. And one looks like a dove to me. I think we're going to see I get the word muffled, like a muffled kind of attack. But there's Mary is in the cup, and that's prayer. I want everyone to pray. If you're into praying, I want you to pray. And this is a snake, and this is a tornado. He's like a tornado brain, Dumpy is. This is like, there's a lot of people working really hard. There's a lot of positive messages coming in. I know it's hard to believe that right now. The light is going to be shown on the snake. And the divine feminine is rising up. We have to pray for the divine feminine. This, I'm trying to get a handle on. Okay, what does that look like to you guys? Hang on. What does this look like to you? Yeah, I heard that Stephen Miller would replace Christi Noem. This is getting crazy. They say California, the bear will take down the snake. Okay, that makes sense. All right, got it. The divine feminine. Yes, this has me intrigued because I can't quite figure out what it is, but it feels like it has a message. I'm feeling drones. I'm feeling drones. Yeah, his deterioration could be his karma for what was done to Biden at the debate. Yeah. Karma's going to be a bitch. And I know it's we've been waiting 10 years for it. But let's pull 3 cards for the community. We're going to do a group hug, okay? Let's do a group hug and then we'll do 3 cards for the community. So let's do a group hug. We reached the hugging threshold? Kind of. We're almost there. We have 205 in the room, and I always ask for 200 thumbs up, but we had to start late because of tech things. All right, so we're gonna do a great big hug, and we're gonna pray that this whole attack on Iran thing is a big fat flop, like him. And let's just hold each other up. Our military, the people in Minnesota, and actually one of the soldiers was from Minnesota that died in the Middle East. Let's really hug our military and our veterans and all those deportees and all those that are just really, really going through a hard time. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Lifting up the vibration for the collective. And remember that light, that white light we're sending out. And it disassembles their evil plans. See their evil plans disassembling completely. See them whisked out of there like a white tornado and replaced with real Democrats. We lift up anyone who's suffering right now. All right, raising the vibe. So 3 cards for us, and then I'll be back tomorrow with an Off the Ledge. I hope you're appreciating Off the Ledge. We're halfway into the year. It's been great to read from Ernest Holmes and get Kathy's astrology reports every day to say a few words about what's going on. And I'll do a PNN pop-up tomorrow. And tomorrow night, on Thursday nights, we have a guided meditation for a Healed America. And that is at 7 p.m. to 7:30. Shake hands and thank veterans. Yes, for sure. You saw a crow in the tea leaves. Crows are messengers. Yes, watch Off the Ledge. Great. I'm glad you're appreciating it. I really am. I appreciate you all. So much love. So much love. It inspires me. It truly does. So 3 cards for us for the next for overnight. The ordinariness card keeps coming up. I think that's really speaking to, this is Dumpy. This is his playbook. We know it by heart. We're bored with it. Go into the silence, and I think I got the Thunderbolt card either today or recently. From the Thunderbolt into the silence. And from the silence into the Thunderbolt. Keep still while this chaos happens. Just be still. You love the videos by the ocean. So do I. So nice to be able to be out there in the nice weather. So this is really telling us that the best way to deal with what's going on is to go into the silence and the peacefulness. It does make a difference. The Thunderbolt is like the Tower card. Things are moving and shaking. Rendezvous on the ocean. Nice. Thank you. I love you too. I just want to I want to just let you guys know that I'm in financial dire straits a little bit. So if you can book a reading or send a donation or something, I would really appreciate it. I know that the good Lord will provide, but I really can use some help. So I appreciate it. So if nothing more, become a member. All right, and if you're around this neighborhood, that's on Saturday. Okay, love y'all. Namaste. See you soon. Bye.